All right. Well, really, I just want to talk. Just thinking about some things, and I don't know, what thought it'd be fun to say them out loud and see what develops. I'm very interested in this idea that Ramakrishna has about uh, that which is unchanging alone is real. Anything that changes is not real. And just trying to follow that down. There's a second part to that. When I was a young monk, uh, I guess about 15, 20 years ago, I was talking to Swami Prabhutananda over lunch, and when I read that sentence the first time, that the unchanging alone is real, the changing is unreal, I thought, oh, finally, something concrete, something I can sink my teeth into. And I went through that exercise in the shrine that morning, trying to sit and think of something, anything that I had ever experienced or seen that was unchanging. And of course, I came up empty, which left me a bit confused. And so I asked Swami at lunch, I was like, Maharaj, so I did this exercise. There isn't anything that's not changing. What is Ramakrishna talking about? And Swami Prabhutananda said something that really opened my eyes at that point. He said, well, did you consider that which was looking? That me that was looking for something unchanging, that is the unchanging element within us. And so I was reading a bit here just to kind of add more flavors, more spices to this already rather rich mix. Let me read this to you this is from Practical Vedanta by Swami Vivekananda. He says, the position of the Advaitist is that it is true that we cannot think of the substance as separate from the qualities. We cannot think of change and not change at the same time. It would be impossible. But the very thing which is the substance is the quality. Substance and quality are not two things. It is the unchangeable that is appearing as the changeable. The unchangeable substance of the universe is not something separate from it. The noumenon is not something different from the phenomena, but it is the very noumena which has become the phenomena. There is a soul which is unchanging, and what we call feelings and perceptions, nay, even the body, are the very soul, seen from another point of view. We have got into the habit of thinking that we have bodies and souls and so forth, but really speaking, there is only one. Now, that sounds like philosophical hogwash. At some level, I could I could certainly say, well, that's almost meaningless. Until, as many of you know, I like to ponder the idea of dreaming. I have been fascinated with why we do it and what it is since I was a boy. And I've had some wonderful experiences in dreams, as all of us have. But one of them was seeing that the characters in my dream, through one of three lucid dreams that I've had in my life, I came to know that the characters in my dream believed in their own existence. They believed that they were separate from me, the dreamer, in my dream, which was very eye-opening to me. But when you ponder the dream, I think you get a lot of these Vedantic truths that are mentioned in these scriptures, and the world's many different scriptures, become describable and instead of seeming outright ridiculous and impossible, become quite possible, and I think even likely. And here's what I'm thinking. In my dream, as I remember a dream, I know that I saw boats, I saw daylight, I saw people, I saw all manner of objects within that dream. And yet, that dream was, of course, as we all have to admit, purely in my mind, right? My eyes were closed. There wasn't anything like a boat or a mountain in my room with me. And so all of those objects in their proper scope appeared in my mind. So I wasn't seeing a mountain at all. I wasn't seeing water at all. I wasn't seeing anything at all. because there was no light available to me anywhere to be seeing anything. And so what I'm seeing in a dream is what? Let's call it mind stuff, right? Mind stuff showed me the ocean, and then mind stuff showed me flowers, and then the mind stuff showed me a young woman. But all of the things in my dream, which look as convincingly separate and real as everything does this very moment, in my dream can also convince me that I'm sitting in a chair and that I'm looking at an iPad and that I'm experiencing the light in the room. All of that can be mimicked perfectly in a dream at night. But none of that is what I'm seeing or looking at. I'm only seeing dream. What is the dream made of? And how is it that I see it? And how is it that it is illumined? Right? And so here we are experiencing something, a substance, a something that can appear to us as anything and everything, and yet not be any of that. What is that thing that has become the mountains in my dream, has become the ocean in my dream, has become people in my dream, has become boats and cars and everything in my dream? What is that thing? Because that thing has to be the real thing, because that thing would be the unchanging. It would be the screen behind the dream, right? It would be the screen behind the movie, that which is unchanging and yet holds the space for all of the changing. You know, that a movie screen in essence can be any movie and all movies, or it can be no movie at all. Anyway, these thoughts just from a wandering philosophical, mental interest for the same, I suppose.